So, brother, let me tell you something that becoming the main character in your own life would save you because it actually saved me. Recently, I was talking to somebody who I was with, very close to, very close guy. He said, Stone, do you realize that you focus on yourself all the time? I paused for like a very brief moment. I remembered how fucked up my life was in primary and high school. Well, in primary school, I used to believe that the other students who did not shit their pants, who did not pee on their body, were perfect. They found the magic to life. I used to think those that are in high school who are not being punished. For context, in high school, I was asked to repeat a class. I was suspended twice and expelled once for some things that, for some story for another day. I used to think those other students were perfect. They have figured life out, and I'm still trying to figure out life. Then it dawned on me that it was not until I began to take myself serious did I see that these guys were just figuring out life for themselves. But looking back at it, no, that was far from a lie. And I'm grateful for the fact that I made a single choice to focus on myself. So let's be honest, right? If you really look around you, who are the people that have results? People who are the main characters in their own movies. You see, society, the only reason you don't see yourself as the main character in your own story is because society labels people like that narcissists. And I often ask people a question between a narcissist and an average person, who always gets results? Who always gets results? If you look at top athletes, look at the way they speak. If you look at top performance, any high performance person, look at the way they talk. What do you notice? They always put themselves first. To them, they're acting a movie and they are the main character in their movie. And if you really dig it, if you are not the main character in your own movie, who the fuck should it be? And then when I gave my friend a response, when I said, if I don't focus on myself, who should I focus on? He too paused and realized that that's whatever he tried to do at that moment was not going to work by asking him a question. And I'm very grateful because normally I think his plan was to make me get defensive about that statement. I said, no, I didn't get defensive. I was like, brother, who should I focus on? And I was like, bro, I know where I started life from. I know how fucked up my life was from primary, high school. It was university I began to understand, bro, you need to become the main character in your movie. Right? And this is not how it was tagged. It was tagged as, fuck it, focusing on myself. Because when I focus on myself, mind you, it was more of a challenge because somebody told me when I got into my university, someone made a statement saying that of every 100 people that get into my department, only 20 of them graduate in 4 years. I was like, heck no. That 4 years, I only had 4 years to be in that school. I didn't want to spend 5 or 6 years. Bro, when I met people who had spent 8 years, my eyes went wide open. I mean, 8 years in university. No, I didn't want to be that. At all means. I think that was the first time I ever set a real goal in my entire life. But and that's happened because that happened. That was a real reason for me to begin to focus on myself. So another reason you are too afraid to focus on yourself is because of other people's opinions. But if you really dig it, everybody has opinions. I've had people who have opinions on me simply because I don't talk to them, simply because I don't move with them. They already have opinions. So it kind of dawned on me that even if you do something, people will talk. If you don't do something, people will talk. And I've noticed that the more I factor people's opinions, the more I freeze. And irony is that these guys aren't even thinking about me. So same thing with you. There's something you're probably trying to do right now. You're factoring people's opinions. But ask yourself, if you're the main character in your movie, and it's your movie to write, it's your movie to act, how would you carry yourself? So a couple of benefits to being the main character of your movie is that you actually begin to have results. Let's be honest, society wants you distracted. They want you distracted. But one thing you should realize is, on this earth, you have a very finite amount of energy and time. Right? Nobody is making it out of this earth alive. Nobody. So guess what? Society will rather want you being distracted, being addicted, being lazy, because when you focus on yourself, you begin to have dreams. And those goals, think about it, right? Think about it. So when you begin to have goals and dreams, you get to realize that some of these things that we do, like watching the news, doesn't matter. Watching politics doesn't matter. It's all a tool to control you. But you begin to realize that, hold on, I don't need these people. These people are not gods. They're like normal human beings like you. That's why when I listen to Steve Jobs and when he made the statement that the people around you who built the most wonderful things are not really so smart. That shit shocks me till today because we have this idea that, oh, scientists are so brilliant people, they are so smart, put them on the pedestal. But no, these guys are simply just the main characters in their movies. That is it. Because we have seen people who are stupid get rich. We have seen people who are smart get rich. We have seen people who are fat, thin. The people of different shapes, sizes, and colors have become successful in their endeavors simply because they took themselves to become the main characters in their movies. So don't have society gaslight you. Don't have society make you feel like, oh, you are a narcissist simply because you focus on yourself. And I always ask people, right, if I focus on myself, does it take anything away from anybody? They say no. So what's the problem? I have never heard anybody give a concrete problem to that, a concrete solution, a concrete answer to that. It's mostly, oh, it's not supposed to be so. No, fuck you. So far I know that I am doing the right thing, I should not feel threatened. I should not feel bothered. Again, being the main character of a movie makes you set standards, makes you set goals for yourself, makes you set standards for yourself. And guess what? When you have standards for yourself, how do you think you carry yourself? How do you think you carry yourself? You begin to have this kind of aura. There's a statement I saw recently, like I think about a week or two. It says, stop watching videos about how to build your aura or something. Walk into the room like God sent you. I paused for a moment because, bruv, each time I'm walking into the room, there's a vibe I walk in with that I know I'm walking in with. I'm not doing it for them. It's just a way of, it depends on what I'm listening to at the moment. And bruv, I think I've said this several times that people at the gym commend me for the way I walk into the gym. It's like, I'm walking in like either I'm a fighter, I'm a ninja, no one should fuck with me. But it's because of, I'm in my own head, living my own life in my own head, being the main character, not giving two fucks about what people think of what I'm doing. And it has completely helped my life. I've seen way too many guys struggle to get girls. But guess what? Why do you think women like men who are focused on themselves? You must have heard women like narcissistic men. What does that tell you? The man who is a narcissist has a higher chance of getting things, more resources than the average man. And women know that if they can hang around the narcissistic man for a period, maybe he might provide for me and my offspring if I give birth for him. Does it really work? Sometimes. But think about it. The man who thinks about himself to be the most important man on earth, right? Whether he likes it or not, it's like somebody who thinks he's the most important man on earth, right? And is obviously progressing towards that line. You will always see him having results. So ask yourself, why are you the main character of your movie? Why aren't you the main character? And I keep telling guys that one mistake guys make around women is, even though for a period they focus on themselves, they level up, a girl walks into their life, guess what? They give up all their activities. They stop going to the gym. They stop doing the things that they used to do when the girl walked into their life. And guess what? At some point, the girl feels like, this guy is fake. That's why women don't want you doing things for them. They want you doing it for yourself. So don't go to the gym because you want to attract girls. Go to the gym because you see the main benefit of going to the gym. So when a girl comes into your life, you don't have to stop going to the gym because of her. Because I see way too many guys do that dumb shit, do that dumb move. That should not be you. If you're the main character of your life, you begin to set a vision, you begin to live your life with a different kind of purpose. You begin to move with a different kind of energy, simply because you are the main character in your story. Now, that reminds me, question, do you know anybody you admire who is not the main character in their movie? Do you know anyone? Even Jesus Christ was the main character in his own movie. But think about it. The only reason society does not want you to be the main character in your movie is because it's a tool to control you. If you keep putting your energies out there, focusing on what is happening out there, guess what? You're forgetting what's going on here. And they can control you with what is going on here. So brother, you really have no business focusing outside. When you become when you become the main character in your movie, guess what? It's not easier for you to write your story. It's easier for you to write your story. That's why it's even easier for you to visualize the kind of life you want to live. And that has always been visualization has always been a tool used by the top performers in every aspect of this world. Be it actors, be it musicians, be it any high performance person has always visualized themselves being there. Nobody gets to success by accident. That's why whenever they talk about successful people, you also see successful people who are narcissists. Show me somebody who rose to the top without being the main character in his own movie. Show me somebody. You see, because I've seen people have the opposite side. I've seen people who are narcissists, who got rich, and people around them were okay. I've seen people who were very, very generous, right? They barely thought about themselves. But what really happened? Both extremes are kind of fucked up. But guess what? That's not your business. By the way, life is going to humble you. So become the main character of your movie because in the very end, we're all going to die someday, right? But the question now is, are you living life on your own terms? Again, there's this concept that I think I heard recently. I said it speaks about, are you a positive or are you a negative to this world? If you know that your story is going to be a net positive to this world, why? Tell me why you are not focusing on yourself. Why you're not being the main character in your own movie. Tell me why. Being the main character of your movie, like I said, you begin to see yourself as a director, an actor, a scriptwriter, and that is it. You set goals for yourself. You set standards for yourself. You begin to live life on your own terms, which is what society does not want you to do because other people are living life based on what everybody is doing. But when you begin to write your own script, you begin to stand out. You begin to think different. You begin to walk different. You begin to sound different, right? So, brother, if you made it far in this video, I wanted to share this video with another brother, right? Because I see way too many guys on the sidelines thinking that other people have their life figured out. That's why I tell you something, right? Bro, I'm not perfect. I am still figuring out my life in steps. But guess what? I think I'm good. And I think I'm making progress on my own life. And one way I made progress, I keep telling guys is please have people around you who have figured out your own path. For example, I'm currently in my late 20s. I have guys in their early 30s whose lifestyle I like and I want to emulate. And I'm following their advice, their principles, their values, right? And it's helping me. So, bro, don't really navigate life alone. Become the movie character in your own life. Look at the plot, look at the scenes you want in your own life. You want to be rich. What kind of women do you want to have in your life? And basically, that's how you set your goals. That's ambition. That's how you set your beliefs. Like you're playing a video game, right? And you want to build this insane character. That is how you build the character by becoming the main person in the movie. You cannot become the main person. You can't become the main person if you don't have that character in you. It's not possible. So, brother, that's it. My name is Tonore. I simply create content to help young men like you level up in every area of your life. So please, if you like what you heard in this video, go ahead and share it because, bro, I see way too many guys assume that someone is coming to save them. Meanwhile, nobody's coming to save you. But the moment you begin to become the main character in your movie, intentionally, you begin to live your life with intentions. You begin to level up your life in every area. So thank you very much. Talk to you soon. I'll share the video with somebody else. Bye for now, brother.